Matt Gaetz responds to Reacher star Alan Ritchson's slam of the disgraced former congressman. Reacher star and proud Floridian Alan Ritchson recently sparked an internet battle with former classmate and Congressman Matt Gaetz after attacking him for comments Gaetz made in support of President Donald Trump. Now, Gaetz has hit back via a post on X, and it's about as underwhelming a response as you'd expect from the disgraced politician. Both Ritchson and Gaetz grew up side by side in Florida, even attending the same school in Niceville, which explains why Ritchson is now publicly distancing himself from Gaetz's political and personal actions. In an interview with GQ, Ritchson stated, "We are adversaries. It's shocking to me that the panhandle of Florida continues to vote for somebody. Knowing everything we know about him and the promises that he's made behind closed doors about pardoning certain criminals, he's just not a good dude." Ritchson added an obligatory, "that mother for good measure," thus sealing his opinion of the former congressman. In response, Gaetz wrote 2 posts on X dismissing Ritchson's claims of a rivalry and opining that his comments were fueled more by a desire to attract attention rather than any real hostility. "Spoiler alert, we were not adversaries," Gaetz said in reference to the time he and Ritchson spent together in high school, adding that Ritchson was always very nice to me and everyone. Hollywood apparently changes people. This statement was followed by Gaetz's slightly more aggressive second post, which observed, "He's just trying to get Hollywood attention, but not just with the steroids." As a representative of Florida for many years, and in some ways still embodying the political condition of the deep red state, it's no wonder that Matt Gaetz is experiencing backlash from people who are proud to call Florida their home. Alan Ritchson's ire stemmed specifically from comments Gaetz made urging Donald Trump, as the first convicted felon to hold the seat of presidency, to pardon himself along with other criminals. However, Gaetz has also earned significant criticism after a report from the House Ethics Committee alleged that he had violated several standards of conduct by engaging in prostitution, statutory rape, illicit drug use, special favors or privileges, and obstruction of Congress. Gaetz is also far from the first Trump-backed politician to earn attacks from prominent members of Hollywood. Since the beginning of the Trump administration, dozens of celebrities have spoken out against his policies. Various late-night hosts like Jimmy Kimmel, John Oliver, and Stephen Colbert haven't bothered to mince words when it comes to attacking everything from Trump's hairstyle to his heinous incompetence, while others have candidly shared their grief and distress regarding certain actions of the Trump administration, such as mass deportations. However, Gaetz's comments in particular demonstrate just how out of touch many politicians are in regards to Hollywood. His assertion that Ritchson is only criticizing him for attention ignores both the widespread outrage that many of Gaetz's actions and comments have caused, as well as the fact that Ritchson doesn't exactly need any publicity. His ongoing Prime Video series Reacher holds a 95% score on Rotten Tomatoes along with glowing reviews, and he's also set to star in an unexpected 4th season of the college football comedy Blue Mountain State. In a world where politics and Hollywood often collide like two bulls in a china shop, the latest dust-up comes courtesy of Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz and Reacher star Alan Ritchson. What started as a social media jab has spiraled into a political drama that feels more scripted than spontaneous. It all began when Ritchson, known for his brooding portrayal of Jack Reacher on Amazon Prime's hit series, took to social media to deliver what many considered a sharp critique of Gaetz's recent comments on military spending and veteran affairs. "This guy wants to talk tough," Ritchson posted, but wouldn't last 2 minutes in a Reacher interrogation room. The post, accompanied by a gif of Reacher breaking a corrupt general's nose, racked up thousands of likes and retweets in a matter of hours. Naturally, Matt Gaetz, never one to duck a spotlight or a social media spat, fired back with a video message on X, formerly Twitter, standing in front of a shelf lined with pocket constitutions and a suspiciously shiny dumbbell. "I get it," Gaetz began, smirking. "Hollywood's got to stay relevant, and what better way to do that than pick a fight with someone who's actually doing the work in Washington? Alan Ritchson plays a fictional tough guy. I'm dealing with real-world corruption, foreign policy disasters, and budgets that could sink a battleship. If he wants to debate me, I'll even let him bring his scriptwriters." The internet went wild. Fans of both Reacher and right-wing politics flooded comment sections. Some cheered on Gaetz for standing up to the Hollywood elite, while others joked that if Gaetz ever walked onto a Reacher set, he'd be written off before the first act. Memes poured in. One showed Gaetz edited into a Reacher fight scene with the caption, "Matt's congressional hearing training," while another depicted Ritchson reading the Constitution with visible confusion labeled, "Allen preparing for the debate he didn't ask for." But this was more than a celebrity versus politician spat. It became a cultural Rorschach test. Supporters of Gaetz pointed to Hollywood's tendency to weigh in on politics without, in their view, understanding the complexities. Ritchson fans argued that the actor wasn't trying to be a policy wonk. He was calling out what he saw as performative grandstanding from a politician known for fiery rhetoric more than legislative victories. In a follow-up post, Ritchson added fuel to the fire. "I respect the troops. I respect those who fight for justice. That includes real-life heroes, soldiers, whistleblowers, truth-tellers. When a politician uses their platform to undercut veterans or dodge real accountability, that's when we all need to speak up, even if we're actors." Gaetz, sensing the public appetite for drama, doubled down. He offered to appear on a podcast with Ritchson to have an honest debate about patriotism, service, and what it means to be an American hero. While Ritchson hasn't accepted the invitation yet, the proposal has already led to viral calls for Joe Rogan or even Stephen Colbert to moderate the potential showdown. Some observers couldn't help but see the whole affair as performative politicking from both sides. "We're witnessing the modern gladiator match," one media analyst tweeted. "Instead of swords and shields, it's tweets and hot takes." And the arena? Your timeline. Others took a more humorous angle, suggesting that the Gaetz versus Ritchson saga should be turned into a limited series, ideally produced by Amazon Prime, with Reacher himself investigating a corrupt congressman, played by a Gaetz lookalike, of course. Satire sites were quick to jump in. The Onion published a headline, "Matt Gaetz challenges Alan Ritchson to bench press contest, loses to cardboard cutout," while the Babylon Bee countered with, "Alan Ritchson promises not to use Reacher skills if Gaetz comes within 5 feet. Despite the digital fireworks, some veterans groups saw an opportunity to steer the conversation back to substance. VoteVets, an advocacy group focused on progressive veterans issues, tweeted, "While Gaetz and Ritchson argue about who's tougher, maybe we can all agree that veterans need more than talk. They need support, services, and respect." Still, the spectacle shows no signs of dying down. Political commentators are already speculating on whether this feud could shape Gaetz' 2026 Senate run or inspire Ritchson's rumored political ambitions. Stranger things have happened. See Schwarzenegger, Ventura, Reagan. Gaetz. In the meantime, fans wait with popcorn. Will Ritchson take Gaetz up on the podcast challenge? Will Gaetz try to cameo in Reacher as a crooked politician? Will Amazon greenlight Reacher, capital punishment? One thing's for sure, this latest battle between a real-life firebrand and a fictional vigilante has captivated a nation already addicted to drama. And in an age where politics and entertainment are barely distinguishable, Matt Gaetz versus Alan Ritchson might just be the most American showdown of all. Let me know if you want a more serious journalistic tone or maybe a parody version. Let me know if you want a more serious journalistic tone or maybe a parody version.